We are now going to look at the toolbar that goes right across the very top of the document. And remember, whenever we were looking at the menu, we can modify the toolbar to have our shortcuts there as we need. So those things that we use often or all the time, we can have there quickly. The first thing is your view, and you can have multiple different views. So remember, we looked at the bookmarks. If I had different bookmarks, I could quickly see those right here. I could also look at the thumbnails of the different pages in my PDF document, or I could just simply hide the sidebar. I can also zoom out on the document. I can zoom in case I need to have a little bit of a closer view to pinpoint exactly where maybe I'm trying to make an annotation. The next is my share options, and with this from preview, I'm fairly limited when I click the share option. So our main way of actually saving and sharing, which we will look at in a future video, is not going to be through our share arrow when we're in preview. Yes, you can do it. Absolutely, you can airdrop if that's a key thing that you need to do. But usually when we're creating PDFs, we're sharing in a broader audience, maybe to Google Drive or somewhere else. So we're probably just going to do a traditional save for that. The next one is the information about this document. The reason that this is so great in preview that you can see this is because it's actually going to share with you the file size. If you have ever tried to upload a document into a program, and there are a variety of different reasons that you may do that in the educational setting, but whenever you try to upload a file, sometimes they tell you it has to be below a certain size. If you have created a PDF and you want to know exactly how large this file is that you are trying to go ahead and upload, it will tell you in here how large the file is. It will also do this for your photos. So it's a really nice tool and a really nice way to be able to check and see how large is the actual file size of this document. As we go across to the right, we then have our highlighting and annotation pen that allows us to choose from 5 different colors. So I'm going to choose green, and when I choose green, I'm going to now interact with the document, and you'll see that I'm just going to click and highlight as I normally would, and on my PDF I've now highlighted those words. So whenever we are talking about annotating in a PDF, I can simply highlight if I need to. You'll see your other options are to underline. So if I need to in a PDF, I can grab below and underline it. Or if you are editing in a PDF and I need to strike through or show that maybe we should have a change, I can highlight and it will give me a strike through. If you do these and you realize you don't actually want these options, you can simply go to Edit and Undo Add Highlight, and you'll see that took away my strike through, that took away my underline, and that took away my highlight. This is a great opportunity to think about how this document will be saved. So if you are going to be making some annotations and it is not something that you want those annotations necessarily to carry on the original, you will probably want to make a duplicate of it before you begin to make the modifications so that you can easily and quickly see where those comparisons and differences are. The next option is simply a rotate. So let's say that you put in a PDF or someone sends you a PDF, and sometimes for whatever reason the actual pages in the PDF flip, or there's an image page, or they're creating a brochure, so one page is straight, one page is sideways. If you need, you can rotate any individual page within the PDF. So if I rotate this page sideways and I go to my thumbnail view, you'll see that this document right now, this page in the PDF is sideways. The other reason you may want to do this, if you have, let's say that you have a Word document you have created, or you have a Google Doc or something, and you want to create a 2-sided page or a brochure, and you need the document to have a certain page orientation so that when it does print out on 2 sides and it collates or it folds, that it looks exactly the way you need it, you can import that document in here as a PDF, make your rotations on whichever page, and then when you print it, it will print the way you need it to. Most printers now will handle that within the print settings, but sometimes you don't have access to it, and if you need to make quick modifications for a print job, you can put the pages in here and rotate them in the way that you need. Next over is your toolbox. So this is your markup toolbar, and we are not going to go into all the options here. We have that for our next video, but just note that if you actually want to begin to do some modification to the document or add things other than simple highlighting, your markup toolbar is going to be what you use. It's your little toolbox right here. And finally, you can also search. So I'm going to use one of the words I have here, which is the word below. You'll notice when I start to type in the search, any page that this is found on, it is going to show me. So if I have 10 pages in my PDF and I'm working on this and it's a very important document and I want to see where I have a certain word, or I don't remember what exactly I said about it but I need to review, I can search there and it will show me exactly the place that I can go to so that I can make those modifications if I would need to do that.